What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We're back for another episode of Soul the Streets. This episode, we have the beautiful, the talented, the one and only Miss Briana D. Welcome to the Soul the Streets.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
You
so
already
happy.
know it. You already know it. You have been doing your thing for quite some time, and you've made so many great things happen has been happening for you, and you're only 23. Like, what does that feel like? I mean, is it a whirlwind? Like, what's going on with you? Like, are you excited? Like, what's going on?
It feels amazing. I have a lot of things lined up right now, and I'm really just looking forward to the future. For the rest of what 2025 has to bring. Some performances lined up, drop my song, The Realest Wine featuring MC Lyte, on June 6th. And since then have just been promoting it full force. I'm excited to be on the podcast today, of course. So
Yes, yes. I'm excited to have you here. So,
thank
and
you.
the song "Village Wine" is fire, fire, fire. Got a nice little. It's definitely a song you got to have a wine too. So,
Yeah.
and it can't be fake. So you got to have a real wine for that song. So, I'm sure the video is gonna demonstrate all that, right?
Yes, most definitely.
You know, are you excited? Is that in the works right now, or is it
Yeah,
still
that will be out very, very soon, actually. So
nice, nice?
yeah.
So let's before we tackle in working with the legend Miss MC Lyte, let's get to a little bit of the beginning. How did you get your start?
Yeah, so I began singing when I was around 8 years old. I sang in the church choir, school choir, just loved performing whatever, you know, area I was in.
Mm.
Even if it was like during a family gathering, I would try to find a spot to like take center stage per se, even if it was like in the living room or something, and I would just sing for my family. Sporadically and perform, dance, point, like give stage presence. And so I was like, I really want to do this. I really want to do this to my parents. And I just kept like asking, like, can I just take some vocal lessons? I really want to perfect this craft. It's something that I really can see myself doing long term. And I think they kind of saw that I was being serious about it and that I really did have a passion after, time went on. And so when I was around 10, I started really seriously going on auditions, performing, doing it like full time with school,
Okay,
as a passion.
nice, nice. So and that passion has led you to ABC, from ABC to the Apollo. How did those experiences build your confidence?
They definitely helped a lot with my confidence. But to be honest, I think more than anything, it just reassured me, because I always felt like this is, no matter what it is, I'm gonna make sure that I'm good at this. I'm gonna make sure that I put in the effort, the time, whatever I can into this because I want to be great and I want to just, you know, I mean, success is kind of like, everyone has their own definition of it, but
Right.
I wanted to be successful in what I decided to do, which was entertainment, singing, acting, the whole thing.
Well, it's definitely. I'm sure it's shaping up the way you would like it too, because you're making a lot of things happen. So we're happy for you over here because the music is doing what it's got to do, and we outside. So are you ready to? I
Yeah.
mean, are you ready to turn up for the summer with this music?
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's honestly personally, it's one of my favorite songs that I've ever put out. Probably my favorite thus far. I
Mm-hmm.
just really feel like
That's
it's
saying a
this.
lot. That's saying a lot because you've had a number one song in 24 countries, revival moments. So with Elevate, what was what made this song? What makes this song your favorite?
Honestly, it's just the energy of the song, the vibe of the song. I'm someone who really is a sucker for like the upbeat dance type songs. I love
Mm-hmm.
slower songs too, but I really like the fast songs.
I
So
caught a live performance of you singing the classic "At Last" a few years when you just a little bit younger, and I was like, okay, okay, because the realest wine is the first time I've heard heard your song, heard your voice, and I was doing my research. I said, oh. She can sing, 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 sing. So I was like, it's dope how you know how to pull it back and then also bring it out when it's time to. So what other classic songs do you tackle when you perform it live in situations like that?
I love to perform Whitney Houston. Pretty much any Whitney Houston song I feel like is on the table.
Okay.
Because she was such a vocal powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, At Last for sure. That's like one of my go-to favorite slower tempo songs.
What is it about that particular song? 'Cause I hear a lot of singers sing that song. What is it about that song that just draws the female voice to that lyric to that song? Like, what is it? Because I always want to know.
I think it's just like the range of it because you kind of go from like that low sort of like, you start off really deep and then
Okay,
it grows and you can kind of like belt and then you can, hit your falsetto notes here and there and, you know,
so you're so young. Like that song is such has such history. Like, what was your first introduction to that song?
I think I was like 12 or 13 maybe.
I probably
So
was too.
yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I kind of got into like the really classic, like, old school. I mean, some people might not consider it old school. For me, for my generation, I would consider At Last
Definitely,
What a Shame.
definitely. That song was old when I was young, younger.
So yeah, so I just kind of uh delved deeper into that like space. And obviously like Whitney Houston was before my time as well. I mean, she was alive when I was alive, but
Hmm.
um, when she was kind of like at her peak, I wasn't, I don't, I think that was more so like the 90s,
Right, the
like,
80s,
so,
late 80s, 90s. Yeah,
right. So, I just kind of had to dig deep into it and be like, okay, who are these classic singers? Who are these really, really great vocalists? And
right.
I just kind of, did my search and came across different songs.
So, who are your influences, vocally? If you
Definitely,
could,
yeah, Whitney Houston for
yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
I also love Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
I actually saw her perform at the BET Awards. Um, when was that? Like the 9th of June, I believe. Uh,
right.
and
You did
then
a thing.
yeah, so she's incredible. Um, I just pretty much any like I know Mahalia Jackson was like
Woo, you going
even
back?
before, yeah, before Whitney
That's
even,
what's
but
up.
yeah, she was a powerhouse as well. Minnie Riperton, I kind of
Oh,
admired her like falsetto and um, she could hit those like really high, sweet notes and I just
hmm.
admire that a lot. So I have a a good batch of like female influential
Down
vocalists.
so. I would have to agree. I mean, you taking me back. I wasn't expecting Mahalia Jackson
Yeah.
or Minnie Riperton. That's what's up. Any R&B artists today that you listen to that you're inspired by? Not so much.
I feel like I have kind of tapped into a few. I know Kalani is a really, um, in my opinion, a great vocalist. I know that I feel like Chloe and Halle, I feel like they would be somewhat considered R&B,
Mhm, definitely.
you know.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, they're really good vocally as well. Um,
They say
and
if you're black, you're R&B.
yeah. So, I mean, there are definitely some good ones. I know Coco Jones too,
Yeah,
like
definitely. Yeah.
so yeah.
So now that you have this realist wine out with MC Lyte, what was that experience? Because that's like a legendary moment. Just to have her. I mean, she just dropped her album last year, and she's back on it now. She's on some hot features with some great young artists and stuff. Like, what is I know what it could possibly do. Just keeping her name fresh. But what did that mean for you to have such a legend on a track as hot as the realest wine?
Man, it meant so much. She's like obviously aside from talented, just a really great person and
Mhm.
someone who I look up to just based off the fact that she's been in this industry for as long as she has. And I think that's just a testament to her abilities musically.
Hmm.
And not only that, but the fact that she was able to hop on like this dance hall pop record. Again, it's like she's so versatile to be able to even do that. So,
You're right, because I never even, I don't think I've ever heard her on a track like that. Out of all the songs that I've heard her on, like, 'cause she's my favorite female rapper of all time. So, I mean, and I've not heard that, but it's just dope to see the evolution of, her style and how it meshes with whatever style she chooses to get on in this particular song. I was like, okay, I see. Okay, like this is kind of heavy.
yeah, so she was amazing to work with and really, really grateful to her. And I hope that, we do more stuff together in the future. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
So did y'all get to record it in the studio together, or y'all did it separately?
So based off our busy schedule, she's super busy and I was like in school at the time, so we just kind of communicated back and forth
Hmm.
as far as like, here's the song. She listened to it, she like did her part, I kind of listened back to it and we just kind of went back and forth that way.
Hmm.
But yeah, we just two busy individuals, but luckily now I'm done with school. Just wrapped up in May, so yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. What other collaborations would you like to see yourself be on?
Um, I would really love to collaborate. I would love to do like another dance hall pop collab with maybe like Sean Paul,
Mm.
or Shensia. Obviously like Rihanna is the queen of like Caribbean artists, but I think those would be some cool artists to work with. And then on more of just like a strictly pop song, I think it would be really cool to collaborate with Bruno Mars just because I think he's super
Mm,
talented.
yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope.
Yeah.
I can hear that. I can hear yeah, those melodies and those changes, like, cause he be bringing those different arrangements to music. That's really fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. He's definitely one of my favorites today. And
Yeah.
so with the videos in the works for Village Wine, it seems like you may be doing you have some acting going on as well. You like you're gonna be this all over the industry.
Yeah, so I just kind of, get my hands on anything, kind of browse through any opportunity and see like what I think works for me. Obviously I have a
Hmm.
team that I communicate with, of course, but I'm not really shy to be like, hey, this is another avenue that I can kind of follow down. I'm also a journalist. But
Hmm.
I do, yeah, I have been acting for about as long as I've been singing. And I have appeared on TV shows, commercials. I did one of my favorite commercials was this Nike commercial I did. I believe it was at the end of 2023 it came out. And it was like with LeBron James and Devin Booker, Travis Scott, some really, really important like
Yeah,
names.
some culture shifters.
Yeah, so that was an amazing experience being in that commercial. And then I was also on this show on Disney called Bizarre
Mm.
um, with like Olivia Rodrigo and Jake Paul were in that. And I did a few like short films prior to that and just different types of film work.
Yeah, and then so what do you not even prefer, but how would you list everything that you've done? What's your favorite? What's your passion? Is there one particular thing? Acting, hosting, journalism, writing, and dancing? Like, what's your favorite, if there is one?
Yeah, I think that I really, of course, love all the things that I do,
Hmm.
but I really love singing and I really love music just because I feel that I have so much control over what I do and what goes out there in a lot of ways, which I'm really appreciative of and grateful for. I like having my not only artistic freedom to do exactly what it is that I want, but I feel like I'm just that personality type.
Hmm.
I'm a Libra, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I just like to kind of be in control of everything. And it's like, okay, this, I want this to go exactly this way and that to go exactly that way. And so to be, and I know that life sometimes doesn't allow you that opportunity in every situation, of course, but when
We kind of froze up real quick. Can you say that one more time?
oh yeah, for sure. I was just gonna say that I'm the personality, like my personality is such that I like to have control over what it is that I do, especially when I'm afforded the opportunity to have control, because I know
Right,
that, life can be like, okay, here's a situation, you don't have any control over it. So when I do,
right.
I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. Here's the plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like, and that's how we're gonna do it. And so that's just how I love to operate, ideally.
That's the best way too.
Yeah.
So, but as an artist, what is your voice like? What do you want people when they put on a Briana D song? What do you want? I mean, because I know you tackle a lot of probably different topics in all your music, but when that one what's that one thing you want people to get from your music when they listen to it? What you want? What that thing?
I think that I just really overall want them to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means to them, whether it's kind of like, oh, this feels good because it feels relatable lyrically, or this feels good because the rhythm, the melody, the beat like makes me just want to get up and dance. This makes me feel good because I feel some sort of connection to the song. So I just want to kind of give out a positive energy with my music. And,
Mm-hmm.
certain songs you can kind of hear the more obvious, like inspirational message, like with Grateful and Elevate, but I just hope that my music can speak to people in a very positive manner. And that when they put on a Brianna D song, they're like, this is my time to just, just be in the car jamming to Brianna D. So
Exactly. Come on now, people. Let's run them numbers up. Let's jam. Continue to jam to this queen here because she's doing her thing, doing her thing. And with you being such a young, vibrant young lady in the industry right now, like what are some of the what kind of advice would you give other young ladies coming into the game to stay focused, to stay on their grind without getting caught up? It's a lot of, you know, today is so many things going on in the news. It's just crazy right now. Like, how do you first before you give that advice? How do you stay focused and how do you stay on your grind? Because it's a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So many distractions out here. How have you been able to stay focused and serious about your craft and grow?
yeah, I think obviously it depends on whether or not you are religious, but for me, I just really like to remind myself that God is, the center for me. As I did mention earlier, I grew up singing in the church. So I just have a lot of faith in God, and I just try to stick to what I believe He would want for me in this lifetime, just apart from
Mm,
the music, apart from the career, like whatever it is, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I feel like I am morally not aligned with what is meant for me and what, I think God has intended for me. So, just keeping God at the center of everything, and praying and thanking Him and just working to fulfill that goal of like, okay, it's bigger than this. Like it's
right.
so
That's great. That's great. So I guess your advice would be to be just have God at your center and let everything else follow.
yes, definitely.
That's great. I mean, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. I mean, not only young ladies need to hear that, but old men, young men, old ladies, everybody needs to listen to that. That never gets old. Putting
Yes.
God first never gets old.
Yes.
Um, Realist wine is out. And did you write that song?
Yeah, so I co-wrote it. I co-wrote it, of course, with MC Lyte, but also with Edie, who I've worked with in the past. We have a song out together called Feel the Beat from a few years back. Um, and I
That's the
think
one that was number one, right? In 24 countries.
yes, yes. Another one of my it's definitely on it's up there as far as favorite songs I've put out. Again, just like a sucker for those fast-paced
Right.
songs. But yeah, so I worked with Edie and MC Lyte, and we just kind of collaborated lyrically on that. But yeah, it was a
It
big
seems like your song titles is really talking to how you're elevating, because like feel the beat, then you elevate it, and now the realest one, like you know what I'm saying? Like your songs are telling us exactly where you're actually going.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is that intentional or that's something that just happens?
Not intentional, actually, but I think that I'm glad that you kind of pointed that out to me, to be honest, because I haven't even caught on to that myself. I think it just kind of happens and I'm just like, okay, here's I'm in this stage of my life right now. Here's a song that kind of defines that or, and then it just I think naturally as I grow older and get more life experience and get more experience within the industry, it just becomes
Yeah.
comes.
In your background, do you have Caribbean in your background?
Yeah, my mom is she was born and raised in St. Kitts.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. So that I mean, it makes sense to me because it's truly telling that story. Because the it's just telling the story. Feel the beat. I'm elevated. Now I have the. I mean, and it's authentic because you are Caribbean, so you can claim that you have the realest wine. So I'm just I can just imagine what the next song is going to be.
Yeah. Oh
Do
my
you
goodness.
have any idea? Is there any inkling? Do you have even started working on that yet?
I was actually like songwriting a bit last night for another song that I'm writing to a bunch of different songs actually. I have like a few different songs that I'm working on right now at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just kind of like to see what will work best and I don't want to just have like okay, here's one beat, here's one song, let's just put it out. Like I again, as I mentioned before, I like having control. I like to,
Right.
so I'm working on music now. You know, hopefully more will come out soon, especially after my Realist Wine music video drops. But yeah, right now I'm anticipating that music video release and then some upcoming performances and interviews and just promoting Realist Wine. But yeah.
Definitely, we'll definitely come back to the Solar Streets when that time comes. Because we will definitely be supporting you here. It's such a blessing to have you on the show. You know, because you've been doing your thing and it's it's busy. You got to be you're staying busy, booked and busy, and
Yeah.
to be able to have your presence on the Solar Streets is such an honor because you're an inspiration to our culture as far as young ladies is coming up and doing it the way it's supposed to be done. Because there's a lot of young artists out here that are trying to make it, and it's great that I'm able to talk to someone else, someone who's actually um excelling in the industry, and that they can look to and be like, you know what, yeah, okay, yeah, so thank you for allowing this opportunity for me to talk to somebody who's doing it crazy that can inspire the other people that I speak, that I talk to my audience. So it's really really beautiful of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and allowing me to speak. I really appreciate your time and the platform and everything.
Yeah, because when I read and saw that you was a journalist, I was like, oh my God, I got a little nervous. I was like, I'm gonna be talking to somebody who's doing it. But you being a journalist, what tips would you give me as a journalist? Um, how do you approach when you are in your journalist bag?
Well, first of all, I think you did a great job, assessment wise, 10 out of 10.
Oh, thank
I
you, thank
loved,
you, thank you.
yeah, I love the line of questioning. And no, I think that um as far as advice, just like kind of keep doing what you're doing as far as like asking questions that come from an authentic place. I really like those conversational types of
Yeah.
questions. Kind of just feel like this is just a conversation between two people, like not putting too much pressure on yourself about like needs to be serious and this is what I have to ask and oh my gosh, I messed up the question or just letting it flow naturally because then I think people, whoever you're speaking to can then give you back that same energy of like, oh yeah, this is coming from a genuine place. This is really organic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you like it is. And so I think that makes for the
I,
best.
I appreciate that. The other BD, Briana D in the house. Is there any has there been like frustrations for you coming up in the game, like things that you something you may could mention
Yeah,
that you a hurdle you overcame, something that that the audience could relate to?
yeah, I think that as far as overcoming is concerned, obviously there have been a lot of rejections and
Okay.
we don't uh typically people don't post on social media about like, oh, I just did an audition and I didn't get it. Like we usually say like, hey, I went on
Yeah,
and
on social
got
media,
it.
everything is perfect. Everything
Right?
is great. It's like
Every
everything is lit. Everything is so like, oh no, I'm never depressed. I'm never.
yes, I'm constantly winning. There's never a bad day. My life is
You
perfect.
know, and then you come, and then the camera's off, and you're like, oh damn, it's nothing in the bank. Oh God.
Yeah, so I mean, again, just like as far as that's concerned, I have dealt with many rejections and just remaining like, consistent and thick-skinned has really helped with that. Of course, there have been tears, there have been
Yeah.
moments of sadness,
And
of
those moments are important because like it builds character and it allows growth and to reassess what's happened, what hasn't happened, or what you want to happen. Like and you get to just reset it and go back and do it again.
exactly, exactly. So I would just say, never give up. I know it sounds cliche, but you
It's
have
necessary.
You, yes, you have to keep going. And, for me, I've been doing this for like 15 years now, which is crazy to even think. But like, for me, giving up is not an option because I feel like it's a part of my life, like it's a part of me. Like going out there every day and doing something that contributes to my music and acting career
Hmm.
is the same as like waking up and brushing my teeth. Like I have to do something every day. It's
Exactly.
programmed into my brain. So, just keep going and, you know, as long as you're consistent and you try to do something every single day, like even if it's small, even if you're on vacation, like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna do this one little thing for 5 minutes that will ultimately help me in the long run, then I think you're on the right track and you should just continue to do that.
What I also hear young artists talk about is like the consistency that they have to on social media. You know, like the always posting how many times you gotta post. Like how what advice would you give a young artist or just an artist in general just in staying consistent on social media? Like the balance, because you have a good balance on your accounts. Like how do you balance it out and you know, not to give out your source or anything, you know, but just the motivation behind keeping it consistent and relevant to what's going on in your journey.
Yeah, so I mean for me personally, I can of course speak on my own experience. I know it's different for everyone, but I think that I actually I don't post like every day. I don't even post every week even.
Mm-hmm.
I just post when it's strictly about like my career. There are moments here and there where I'll be like, "Oh, today's my birthday," or "Oh,
But you gotta celebrate a B-Day.
right. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Merry
Right.
Christmas, everyone. Right. Just that kind of stuff. But I tend not to be like super, super, here's my personal life. Here's me making lunch right now. Here, like that type of stuff. I just keep it on like performance coming up. I was at this award show. I'm coming out with a song soon. I'm in the studio, so I just keep it focused primarily on my career. So I think that, it's good to be consistent per se, but I would also say that it's okay to be selective in what you choose to put out there and
Mm-hmm.
not like flooding people with every day, here's a song, here's this, here's that, here's that, here's what I'm doing right now. Because I don't think, at least for where I am right now for me, that is a necessary step, but it can be different, maybe for, if you have a different brand that you're trying to push where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, posting every day might work. But I would say that there's also nothing wrong with being selective, posting every 2 weeks, posting, especially if
Just
it's
make sure
something
it's
really
content that's meaningful to what it is you're trying to promote on your brand.
exactly.
More so, right? Regardless if you post whatever it is, just make sure it lines up with what it is that you're trying to do.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
That's good. That's some good advice because you'd be surprised how many, you know, and maybe you won't be, but like it's a lot of artists. I'm sure you meet young ladies and just young people on your travels and they saying, how did you do this? How you do that? Because, you know, it's a lot of people really want to do what you're doing. So, and you, you know, going to the BT Awards, and I want to go back to real quick because you say the Mariah Carey performance. Like, what was that experience like being at the BT Awards? Like,
it was honestly so amazing.
Was
Really,
that your first time going?
yeah, first time at the BET Awards.
Okay.
I've been to other award shows before, like the VMAs. I went in 2022 or 2023, and then also in 2019. And then, just other types of award shows as well. But BET Awards
Especially this year was like really fire. Like
was
oh my God, they did the nostalgia, it's like everyone like just did they think.
everyone was there. I saw so many people, so many really like influential, inspiring people as well. And just to see like so much Black excellence in one
Yeah.
space, also like a really, really heartwarming feeling. Um,
What was
and
the highlight for you?
so since I already mentioned Mariah Carey's performance, I won't say that, even though it was definitely a great
But
moment.
I want what I want to know about that experience. Like, was it like? Could you feel? Could you like? Because the song is fire to me. I love the song. I love her song as well, the Type Dangerous song. But like energy, and that was the first time performing it. Like, what was the energy in the crowd? Like,
Honestly, everyone was just like before she even opened her mouth, everyone was like, she could do no wrong. And I was like, yes, true statement. So I think there was just an overwhelming amount of support, like before she even began singing, and it wrote out the whole way through the song and the performance.
right?
And just like it was so Mariah, very
Yeah.
extravagant, and there was the stage was like gold and the dancers, and she was walking down a staircase, and then there was like gold confetti of like, I think there was like butterfly shaped confetti like falling
Mm-hmm. It
from the
gotta be
ceiling.
butterflies. You already know.
Yeah, and it was like falling from the
And
sky.
charm bracelets.
Yeah, the gold confetti falling from the ceiling, and it was amazing. It was really, really amazing. And it made me really want to just be like, you know what? Maybe I'll take like a weekend off one day and just like dedicate it to seeing Mariah Carey in concert, like
Right.
the
One of them
full one.
residency slots.
Yeah, exactly. So she killed it, and that was such an amazing moment.
Yeah, it was. It was. And all the all the nostalgia moments this year on there was Maya, um,
Yes.
Kirk Franklin. Like it was just a well rounded produced award show coming and they always are pretty good, but this particular one celebrating 25 years, you can tell that BET really, really wanted it to be special. So and it was. So and I'm glad you got a chance to see it live in direct right there in face to face. So
Yes.
what was your second highlight? 'Cause, we went back to Mariah.
Um, Honestly, I think Jamie Foxx's acceptance speech was really
Yeah.
a moving moment because if I'm sure you probably heard his acceptance speech,
Mm-hmm.
but for, maybe those who didn't, he really harped on what he went through recently, and just kind of mentally making a note of like, I'm gonna really take this second chance at life and not take it for granted, and just he got emotional, and everyone in the room, like the energy was just very like locked in on him and trying to be sympathetic to his situation. So that was definitely a standout moment, more so in a sadder sense, but
Yeah.
hoping that he's doing well and continues to fight the good fight. So
Yeah, we're keeping him in our prayers and just the industry as a whole, because we need more prayer and more Black excellence to continue to strive through all this craziness that's been
yes,
going on. Because we're trying to make it out here and trying to make it and stay positive. And it ain't, it's very chaotic sometimes to get you get a little lost watching all this crazy stuff that's going on. But we push through, and interviews like this help keep the momentum going. So again, thank you for being a guest on the Solar Streets. And we will be celebrating and supporting every win that you have and just highlighting it on the show. And you're part of the Solar Streets family now.
thank you so much. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
How can the people find you on social media?
So everything pretty much is at Briana D. My YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter/X, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, just at Briana D. So yes, definitely stay locked into my socials, particularly my YouTube channel because
Okay.
the music video will be out on that. And also my Instagram is probably most I'm probably the most active on that platform. So yeah, at Briana D.
Yo, come on now. You already know we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it going with the Briana D. What's the in parting words? What's the last thing you would say to your fans? If that you say to your fans, new and old.
I would just say thank you so much. I'm really, really, really appreciative and grateful for the support that I received. And I don't take an ounce of it for granted. Just taking the time out of anyone taking the time out of their busy schedule to just say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna listen to this song by Brianna D. It really means a lot. And I even like visualize it of someone being like, I just got off of work. Let me pull out my phone and press play on this song that I put out. It's like it's
A
really
song that you wrote, your baby, your birth musical baby.
yes. It means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you so much.
You got it. You got it, bro. You heard it here. Everyone, Solar Street's own. This is Briana D, and I'm so thankful that you have been a guest, and looking forward to all the great things that I know is going to happen for you, continue to happen for you. And like I told you, we'll be supporting you here. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You already know it. Until next time, and I hope there will be a next time.
Yes.
God bless, and stay safe out here.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Peace.